Hello my country people, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. My country people, the federal government have declared that they are working very hard to end fuel importation, and they've also revealed when the refinery will start operation. Yes, my country people, the federal government has assured the people that all the country's refineries would be fixed in order to end importation of fuel, as well as to stop the flaring of gas in the country in the next few years. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Senator Hanikin Lakpobari, disclosed this on Thursday while speaking to journalists at LM shortly after inspecting the ongoing rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt Refinery. Now, Senator Hennekin has assured Nigerians that the Port Harcourt Refinery will come on steam before the end of 2023 and will be producing between 554,000 barrels and to 60,000 barrels per day. He said the essence of today's inspection is to come and see, the extent done in the Port Harcourt refinery. And I think this is the beginning of the federal government efforts, to go around all the refineries in this country. From Port Harcourt, they've promised to go to Warri, and then they will go to Kaduna, and also they will go to the Dangote refinery, where we also have, stake. And the federal government objective is to stop for importation, so Nigeria can stop for importation. That's why they are trying to get the work done. They have assured that the Port Harcourt refinery will come on board by the end of the year, while the Warri will start by the first quarter of next year, and then Kaduna will come on steam towards the end of next year. And if we add that together with the Dangote refinery, at least Nigeria will be able to stop for importation, that is taking a lot of our monies. Nigerians will now have to, will have the benefit of full deregulation. The idea is to ensure that the federal government completes all these refineries on time, and it will show that Tinubu's government will certainly do so. The Port Harcourt refinery, when it comes on steam, it will be producing about 54,000 to 60,000 barrels a day. And Warri, which will start around February next year, will produce about around February next year will produce about 70,000 barrels per day. And they believe that of the Kaduna will follow suit before the end of next year. And then the whole of the Port Harcourt refinery will be fully rehabilitated by the end of next year. And they certainly believe that Nigerians should expect a better supply of fuel, a better economy, and this project will surely be completed on schedule. Now, the Minister of State for Gas Resources, Mr. Ekpo, has assured Nigerians that there would be increase in gas generation, which in turn would lead to uninterrupted power supply in the country. Ekpo said, from what we are seeing, the gas generation will surely increase so that we can have uninterrupted power supply in this country. And he is certain that this improvement, would really bring about great changes in this country. Well, my country people, this is what we have been hearing from 1999 till date by our politicians, by the ministers. We really pray that God will help this government to achieve this goal that they have set. If not, we've heard this 100 times. We've heard this 1,000 times. The politicians, they are just using all these strategies to deceive the entire nation. They will promise that, oh, the refinery would be fixed in so time. At the end of the day, their tenure will elapse and nothing has been done. So, well, we are hoping for the best. we really hope that this government would, do something and not give empty promises, because we really need our refineries to come back to life. Because it's been long. Nigeria doesn't have a functioning refinery. Nigeria doesn't have any functioning or functional refinery in this country. We refine our oils out of the country and we export them back into, no, I beg your pardon, we import our oil, our own oil, our crude oil. After they have been refined, we import it back into the country. You check the cost of transportation, the logistic and everything, you see that a lot of money have been spent. Now, this money they use to do this export and import of crude oil, why not channel it into at least one of our refinery in this country and see, make sure we have at least one functioning refinery, then we get to work on the others. Recently, I think after the nationwide protest by the NLC held on August 2nd, where they told Tinubu's government that this is what they want. If their request is not being granted, they will stage a nationwide protest and strike. And they did so. So at the end of the protest, the federal government, they met with the NLC leaders, Joe Ajuru and other major stakeholders, and they discussed with them. They had a negotiation and dialogues, and the federal government said they would focus on the Port Harcourt refinery. So ever since then, with Tinubu's ministers on board, I'm sure they would start working on the Port Harcourt refinery, because Tinubu's led government promised Nigerians that by December, hopefully December 2023, the refinery should be up and running. And Tinubu's ministers has assured Nigerians that they would make sure, they work on this. So my country people, we certainly need experts, people that can take this project, not people that would abandon this project at the end of the day. They will tell us something happened. That's what a lot of people, that's why people are having so many speculations, so many, disbelief over this issue, because so many see this as another form of story. The government, they are just telling us story. This might be another super story, but the people are really hopeful, hoping that, well, at the end of the day, the government would live to their promises, because we've seen that most of our politicians, the Nigerian government, the past administrations, they've always failed to fulfill their promise. So we hope that this government will surely uphold their promise and not let the people down. Hope this would not be another super story for Nigerians. So my country people, I'm dropping here. What are your thoughts on this? Please kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comment section. Thank you. Bye for now.